Hey there, this is Salaryman. Let's make a compact iron farm. To get started, we'll need a chest for all your iron to go in. On top of the chest, place a brass funnel and a basin on top. Choose the direction, then place a 2-wide mechanical belt, then another brass funnel leading into the basin. I'm placing a chain drive here on the right side of this conveyor belt to feed rotation to it later. Moving on, place a few temporary blocks here, then an encased fan facing the basin. Make sure the arrow is pointing towards it. Make sure the area around the conveyor belt is contained. This area is what we call the washing area, where the gravel will be converted into flint and iron nuggets. Speaking of, I almost forgot, but we need to set a filter to the brass funnel. Right click on your filter and make sure that both flint and iron nuggets are in the allow list. Then we apply this filter on the basin's brass funnel. With that done, we now place water right in front of the encased fan, and this completes our washing area. Now for the milling area. Right on top of the encased fan, we'll be placing another 2-block wide mechanical belt, at the end of which we will be placing a millstone and an andesite funnel leading out of it. Then we need to make sure to wall off the area around it, so we can proceed to make the cobblestone generator. We will want the drill facing towards the front right here, then we'll need to place a water source right here. This should be flowing on top of the millstone. Now all that's left is the lava, so let's make a wall to contain it here, and then place it on the same area where the millstone will be. The cobblestone should be created directly on top of the millstone and should be hit by the drill. Last thing to do is to add a mechanical press 2 blocks above the basin. Then the last thing we need to do is connect everything up so that we can feed rotations to the entire assembly from a single point. You can do this any way you want, but I'll be using chain drives to keep this 3 blocks wide. Direction of rotation is important here, so copying the orientation of gearboxes and chain drives will help you out. Then we'll use a small cog to drive the millstone and add a few more vertical gearboxes to drive everything else. Lastly, a few chain drives to connect the drill to the rest of the assembly. Another gearbox will be placed here to make sure that the rotations are correct, and then a belt to drive both in the same direction. Going back to the basin area, we'll be putting some iron ingots as filters for both of these. We'll also need to flush out the flint, so for that we'll place a depot beside the original funnel, then place a new funnel on the side of the basin. We'll place flint as a filter for this one. Finally, we'll place a chest over here and add another funnel. This funnel does not have to be brass and can be andesite, and we'll place that on top of the chest. Okay, let's test this out. We just need to add a source of rotation, and this time I'm using a windmill. We want this to run at least 32 RPM, so it is advisable to make a windmill with 16 wool or sails to get at least a capacity of 1024 SU. Here it is in action. Cobblestone is generated, broken by the drill, converted into gravel by the millstone, then washed into flint and iron nuggets. The iron nuggets are then pressed into iron ingots. Here's a set of 3 that I made live on stream. This is made to be tileable, so lining them up is easy. It's not the most efficient iron farm, but it is an infinite source since it literally creates iron out of nothing but cobblestone. From behind, you can see that it's also easy to power a set of these at the same time. Don't mind the creative motor here, you can use a furnace engine or a very large windmill. Anyway, that's all for now, thank you for watching. Please check out Rocket 14, and this is Salaryman clocking out.